Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of In the End There's Always a Disney Guy. This is going to be a really emotional episode, um, so I want to prepare you. It's going to be really deep, and yeah, make sure you go check out DisneyGuy.tk, and let's get into today's episode. So, today we're going to be talking about me. I am known as Disney God. I used to have a YouTube channel. I used to, unfortunately, it was taken down. I was uploading content like All American, Black Lightning, and stuff like that. I believe my name was, it was, I forgot the name of it. It used to be Kenneth Mank. I forgot because I changed the name so many times. I forgot. But as a child growing up, I was very happy. I was very pleased with my family. And I would say I had an amazing family. Had a lot of aunts and uncles and family members. My grandma in particular she was my everything. She was my best friend. Honestly, she was the only person I needed in the world. She was like my mother. When I would get in trouble from school and my mom was gonna probably like whoop me, she would always calm me down before that would happen. That was She was just amazing. Anything I want, she would buy. She was just an awesome person. But when she passed, when she died, I went completely dark. I'll say that. I went completely dark. Um, and I didn't really understood it. And, I always thought when people say depression is like an illness, I always thought people were like joking around, but it's really an illness. It's like a cancer. It destroys you. It just destroys you mentally. It breaks you down. Um, After her passing, I believe when I was at that age, I was still taking it all in. I wasn't really reacting in the beginning stages. I was just a very emotional, traumatized young boy. And as I got older, that's when it started to really hit me. I would I was getting, I would say I was getting in a lot of trouble. And it was bad. I was just bad, and I just didn't know how to process it at the time. It was just too much for me to take. And I get that it was a lot for my mom and my family. And then after that, I forgot to tell you that because of her passing, my grandma split up, her money to those who she wanted to have, and it definitely divided our family. It divided us really bad. I mean, it divided us really, really bad. I was already dealing with the trauma of her passing, but then having to deal with, the arguing of who left this to who, or this child was the favorite. Because my grandma always, I mean, my mom's siblings always thought that she was the favorite, that she was my grandma's favorite. And they just treated us like crap and turned against us. And it was a lot because I was still just dealing with the trauma of going through losing my grandma, who was like my sister, my best friend. It was too much. It was too much for me to just deal with altogether. And it was a lot for my mom as well, because she had to plan a funeral and everything. So I definitely felt bad for her, and she also died in her arms, which is also traumatizing. Um, but it didn't, the depression really didn't dawn on me at that age. But as I got older, oh man, I was going through it. I mean, every time like I would get alone, I would cry. I would sleep for hours, like hours, day and night. I would sleep and eat and sleep and sleep and eat and sleep. And I could stay in the bed for probably 24/7. And even when I wake up from sleeping that long, I would still feel drained of energy. I would still feel sleepy. Even if I slept for like 48 hours, I would still feel drained of energy, and it was depriving. And it just it when I was you guys, I'm a vivid dreamer, and if you don't know what a vivid dreamer is a person who has the ability to control their dreams when they're asleep. So whenever I'm asleep, I think the reason why I like to sleep a lot is because I'm able to get away from my current reality, my current depressing life. It helped me separate the real world from the world that I wanted to be in. And that's why I sleep a lot. That's why I slept a lot. Was because when I was asleep, I was in my own world. I was able to be as free as I wanted to be in my dreams. And it helped me process that trauma better, I would say, when I was asleep. It helped me understand myself in a more, I guess, in like a more clearer way. A lot of people say the best way, to deal with depression is heal from it. I didn't want to heal from it. I'm going to be honest with you. This is going to sound deep. I wanted to drown in it. I wanted to drown in the sorrow. I wanted to drown in the pain. I wanted to drown in the depression because people what people don't understand is that when you heal from it, you're just running away. You're not really healing it. You're just running away from the problem. The only way to fully understand the problem is to sometimes just dive deep into it, but not too far because you'll lose yourself. Not like too far. You'll probably end up going crazy because the mind is a powerful thing. And I needed to dive into that. I needed to find the source of why I was so just deprived of my life. It was horrible. Now this is one part of the depression. This is the first part. The second part is not having my father. My father is a horrible person. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He's a horrible guy, and the things that he's done to my mom, purposefully getting her pregnant with me is what really got to me. And one thing I can say about myself is that I could be a dangerous person if I don't control my anger. And what I mean by that is that if I were to stay with him, knowing the things that he's done to my mom, because I don't play when it comes to my mom. I love my mom to death. I will protect her at any cost. The things that I heard that he did to her, he purposefully got her pregnant so he would stay in the house. So my dad is Nigerian. I don't know if you guys know, but Africans are crazy, insane, and they're control freaks. And just the thought of having his blood inside of me just makes me want to. Oh, I can't even find the words to describe it. It's horrible. It's the worst feeling to. It's just the worst feeling to ever feel. Just to even know that his blood is. Just to even have his name. It's infuriating. Kenneth. Just it's infuriating. And he just doesn't. He doesn't get it. When I called him, I remember calling him one time after I got into trouble. He said, I told him where I was going off on him. I was like, "Where are you? Why aren't you here? What are you doing?" You know. Um, he's gonna say some. I have other kids that appreciate me more, and and that I could be a father to. What type of crap is that? How are you going to say that to your biological son? But to be honest with you, it didn't really affect me because I really didn't care. But see, the difference between me and my mom is that she's sweet and nice. She let him get away with the things he's done. Okay? She could have sued him for child support if she could. Now see, she won't do it, but guess what? I will. I will do it. I will be the one to sue him and get every inch of the money that he should have gave me back because I'm not like her. He's done a lot of just dumb and self-centered things towards my mom. He sits there and gets her pregnant with me purposefully, which is what really messes me up inside because it's like my mom already didn't want to have kids, yet she takes care of me. She does what she's supposed to do, but she never wanted to have a child. The only reason why I exist is because my father, my evil crooked father, sat there and took her birth control pills to make her think that, oh, I took my pills even though she didn't, to make her think it, and then get her knocked up with me. It aggravates me on so many levels I can't even explain it. And that's another side of my depression, the anger side. And honestly, that's why I just can't be near him. I can't be around him. I don't even want to see his face. I don't even want to look at him. I never even wanted to know him. I could care less. Because I think what he fails to realize is that one day you have to get old. And then it's going to be my responsibility to take care of you as you've done for me. That's what I guess he don't realize. You have to get old and sick one day. And you're going to need someone to look after you. But the question is, am I going to be there? Because I know I was raised in church. I love God to death. I love God. And I want to follow the Bible, forgive those who've done wrong to you. I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to be that. I want to follow the Bible. But how can you forgive someone for purposefully getting your mother pregnant when she never wanted to have a child, so that way she would have to stay in the house and have to be a mother and not have a job, because my dad is a control freak. He's a very control freak. Like a really, really obnoxious control freak. He thought by getting her pregnant that would keep her inside the house and take care of the child. But she did the smart thing, got out of the marriage, took me, and I'm glad. And as much as I want to forgive the things that he's done, it's just I can't. I don't. It's just impossible to forgive. It's impossible. It's just impossible. It's disgusting. But I will change my name when I get at a certain age. Whatever age I can change my name, I will change my last name. If I can, I will change my first name too. Because I don't want to, it's bad enough that I have to wear his face. But to have your name too, no. I can't do it. It's, nah. Mm-mm. I, and I want to have a relationship with him, but at the same time, I just don't want to at all. I can't, I just don't. I have to be real. I hate him. I just really, really do. And it's crazy. It's insane. I don't know. It's just troubling. It's annoying. It's aggravating. Um, my mom is my mom and dad. It's like, where are you? Where are you at? Why aren't you here to do your job? It's annoying. And it makes me mad. And it's so irritating, because I've been through so much as a kid, and honestly, if I'm being real, I'm still depressed. And it's like, what am I supposed to do? It's insane. Um, and it's like, as the more I get older, it's just the more I'm just drifting away from myself and from who I am and who I want to become. It's crazy. It's insane, and it's hard to deal with. It's just too much stress, and it just breaks me down. It really does. But I try my best to, like, stay calm, focus on me, meditate, stay on my health, because I don't have time to deal with him and his stupidity. And what he fails to realize is he thinks he's cold, but I'm even colder. Because like I said, at the end of the day, you sit here and you do the things you've done to my mom when you fail to realize, oh, I got to get old one day. I'm going to need someone to take care of me one day. Who's it going to be? Because he ain't going to be able to get in contact with me. The only person he could most likely get in contact with is my mom, unless she doesn't change her phone number again. Change her phone number. So he won't be able to get in contact with me. So I want to know who it's going to be. who he's gonna get in contact with, because it's for sure not gonna be me. And that's a fact. That's that on that. Ain't no if, and, ors, or buts to the situation. That's that on that. Who is he going to talk to? Who is he going to run to? Because it ain't going to be me. It just ain't. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I just don't. I really, really, really don't have that strength in me that I used to when I was a kid. Each day, more and more stress is added to my load. Then you have to deal with COVID, with racism mixed in it too. It's too much. It's too much. And it's like, with this overcrowding everything, I remember I was on the game, and I was looking at this NBA. I think it was NBA 2K. Let me see. I believe it was NBA 2K 16, and I was looking at it, NBA 2K 16, and or was it 15? Or was it 16? Yeah, and I saw the poster, and oh man, that poster, that game poster, that PS4 poster brought back so many memories. It brought back so many memories. It's insane. Because me and my friend Bryson, we would always play NBA 2K16 as a child, and it brought back so many memories. I just miss those memories. I just wish I could go back in time and just live a good life and just be peaceful and have the energy to be able to deal with the things that I now know. I'm looking at the poster right now. It just brings back so many memories from when I was at my private school, my old school. It's just life goes by so fast. And the message for this episode is that no matter what you go through, you will always get stronger out of the situation. No matter how difficult it is, no matter what it is, there's always going to be some sort of light to bring you out and to guide you out. And depression is real. It's real. Oh man, it's real. It is so real. I mean, I'm still going through it. Not even gonna lie. I'm still going through it. So, the best way to help yourself is to just relieve those feelings, because holding it in only makes you more stressed out. It's not gonna do good for you health wise. And think about stuff from your past. Well, I don't really like to think about old memories, because they do make me get a little sad, because it just makes me want to wish that I was a child again. I mean, who doesn't wish that they were a child? Because that's honestly, it's like it's crazy, because it's like when you're a child, you wish you were grown. But then when you're grown, you wish you wish you were a child. You never wished that you were grown. It's insane. It's like when you're a child, it's so fun, but because you don't have the authority you would have as a grown up, and then dealing with the level of responsibility as an authoritative figure makes you want to wish that you were back as a child again. It's insane. It's just annoying. It's like there are advantages to being a grown up, but then there are disadvantages. There's a lot of advantages of being a kid, but there are also disadvantages. You can't control what you want to eat and specific stuff like that. It's a lot. But man, I know I wish I was, 8, 9, 10. Well, I wouldn't say 8, 9. Yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because those were the fun years. Miss all my friends. It's like as you get older, it's like life just keeps going on and on. It never stops. The carousel never stops turning. Like they say on Grey's Anatomy, carousel never stops turning. It's amazing. But yeah, that's my life story. I know it's not really, it's definitely not a happy story, but hopefully it gets better. I pray to God that it gets better. But thank you for listening in to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you follow this podcast on all streaming platforms: Google, Spotify, Apple, Pocket Casts, all of them, so you can stay updated. And check out DisneyGuy.tk. Thank you for listening in. Bye bye, guys.